在手里整理成钳子的形状，夹起一根甜卷儿，对你们来说还是太大了吗？
Are you watching now? Ah, but it's a new stream now. Of course. Ah. Okay. Well, tell me when you can see the stream, and I will just put on the webcam.
I'm going into an angry rant. Yep. There's 4 fucking stories, and one of them isn't even available. At release, you're saying 1/4 of your story, 25% of your game is not playable yet. What happened in the development cycle? Not only that, there's no practice range.
There's no Tides of War.
That is outrageous. How do you not have fucking practice range?
Coming soon.
Coming soon. It's all coming soon.
By that time, nobody fucking cares, like you said.
Nobody cares. And then Tides of War, this is supposed to be brand new, live service with really exciting things, isn't even in the game at release. So nobody fucking cares. Nobody's playing the game. Presumably, hopefully, they'll come back for that, but I doubt it.
They even left out things like vehicle paint jobs and stuff. They were like, that's coming soon. You don't get that yet.
You cannot customize your tanks at launch, even though there's a button to customize. Instead, it says coming soon. What the fuck happened, guys? What happened, EA? What happened to our Battlefield? And this is all completely besides the whole social justice and women thing. None of that even fucking matters in the game. All that amounts to is...
Okay, then I will change to that. I'll put on the game sound, or the stream sound, then I will go to here. Okay, I'll play this one.
拿起筷子，在手里整理成钳子的形状，夹起一根甜卷儿，对你们来说还是太大了吗？这会让你感觉自己身在意大利，不过你是在中国。Bravissimo!
Yeah, watch it, watch it. Ah, it was not the full commercial. Okay.
是香炸甜卷儿，欢迎收看 Dos and Governor 起快吃饭第2集。今天我们要吃的是传统的西西里香炸甜卷儿。终于有一个尺寸不那么让人手足无措的食物了，这是不是太夸张了？来，拿起筷子，在手里整理成钳子的形状，夹起一根甜卷儿，对你们来说还是太大了吗？你们还可以把一根筷子插进甜卷里面，像这样吃，这会让你感觉自己身在意大利。
No, they didn't show everything. Well, kinda, yeah. So it's that commercial, but yeah. So when I watched it, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a funny commercial.
Yeah.
Cute.
I guess it's not this commercial in our angry. It's that did you see the Instagram chat history? That was those two that were just so obviously very
What did they write?
They said like we are changing the stuff.
No, that's probably fake. That's probably fake. Why would they say that when they're going to China to have a big business? That's probably fake comment. Somebody wrote it and said, oh, this is what the Italian guy said, but it's probably fake. That's probably fake comments. You can do that quite easily.
So I guess no, you can't see those. Yeah, the company made like apology video and apology letters on Instagram.
Yeah, but from my understanding, people got upset of the commercial, but I think that's unreasonable. But also, I know why China do this. I know why China gets angry about all things now, because they want to focus on other things. They want to be angry at easy things, right? Yeah, be angry at Sweden because they throw out people, they throw out Chinese people. Be angry with America because they did some stupid shit. Be angry with Italy because they are thinking Chinese people are stupid with chopsticks. And don't be angry at the bad things that's happening in China. Don't focus on bad things that happen in our country. Just focus, like, that's kind of... Because, you know, like, for example, when the Chinese tourists went to Sweden, the Swedish police were very nice, very polite, and handling the situation very correctly. Like, just following the law, and, you know, Chinese people, Swedish people, no one can break the law, right? So the police was very, very nice and just carried them out of the building when they had no right to be, right? But still, like, people got so angry and upset. Oh, this is so bad. But that's just because people want to be angry. People love to have something to hate.
No, it's just that we want to kind of like, we want to know that other countries are worse than ours. We want to be angry.
But but I don't understand why. Because then they showed this commercial for some Chinese people living in America, and I would say like 70% of the people, they were like, ah, yeah, it's fun, whatever, I don't care. And then maybe 30%, like 1/3, was like, oh yeah, this is kind of, yeah, I don't like this. This makes Chinese people look stupid. But I think, yeah, so what? Like the Germans, they make commercial of the Swedish people when we look stupid, because everyone is stupid. Everyone is funny. Everyone is doing goofy stuff, you know, making mistakes, and it's fun to joke about. So I don't understand the problem. Like, you know, Swedish people joke about Swedish people, and we joke about other people. And, like, what's the deal?
But it's only Chinese, so we can joke about ourselves. Other countries, no jokes on.
No, that you can't control that. We joke a lot about China here in Sweden.
We go very angry. We start our change.
But you joke about Japanese people, and you joke about Americans and black people.
Yeah, that's true.
Dress up like black, you know, like Chinese actors dress up like black people, and then they make jokes and stuff on the stage. I saw that program. It was like a music program or something, or I don't, yeah, I'm not like exactly what it was, but it was like a big scene and a lot of people watching. So no, it's totally okay. Yeah, because like, and the thing is, it's like the commercial is kind of true, right? When we ate octopus in China, we only had chopsticks, but it was very difficult to eat the octopus. It was very slippery, so no one could eat it. There was no knife, no fork, so we couldn't eat the fucking octopus because we only had chopsticks. And when we sat at the barbecue, people tried to rip the octopus apart with the chopsticks, but they couldn't because octopus was too slippery and too tough. So it's true, like Chinese people try to eat everything with chopsticks, but it doesn't really work all the time. Like, you know, if the food is very difficult, if you need to cut it, you can't do it with chopsticks. So it's true.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the first day when I saw that commercial, I didn't think that it started. It just all of a sudden in our social media, it went viral. It says, oh my god, that company is so much installed on China. I was resisting that company and stuff.
Yeah, but then Niklas, he said something interesting yesterday, that so now China is trying to be political correct, right? But only political correct towards things that affects Chinese people, right? So whenever something is directed towards Chinese people, they get very upset and say this is wrong. But every other country, they don't do that with. They don't care about making fun about Americans or Japanese or Koreans or Swedish people, right? They don't, you know, that's totally okay. They can make fun of all that, but not Chinese. And then Niklas said, yeah, but that's racism. So China is trying to fight racism by criticizing everything that says to Chinese people, but they're not equal, right? They don't do the same thing with all other countries, which means you are racist because you only care about Chinese people. Oh, you can't joke about Chinese people, but everyone else, it's okay. Yeah, and then Niklas said, yeah, that's racism. And yeah, I agree. That is actually the definition of racism. So this is kind of fun. China tried to fight racism against Chinese people because Chinese people only fight the racism against Chinese people and not against any other people. That's actually super racist. So it's kind of funny, like and it feels like Chinese people, they use the term racism and this stuff, but you don't know what it is. Like, you don't really know what racism is, because actually what you're doing now in China, that is racism, when you only care about joking about against Chinese people, but you don't care about joking equally among all the people. Because if Chinese people were equal to Italy people, right, then both can joke about each other, or no one can joke about each other, right? That's equal. That's not racism if it's the same, right? So I thought that was kind of fun. I was like, oh yeah. So then Niklas came to the conclusion. So this is not about racism. This is about focusing on other stuff that's bad. So you will be, yeah, looking in the direction that the government want you to look at, I guess.
Yeah, stick together and fight against foreign countries.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's so funny. Like Chinese people are funny. Like the whole thing is a joke. Like Chinese people are so angry about everything said about Chinese people. But if they're really genuine, if they really care about that stuff, then they should get really angry when somebody makes a joke about black people or white people. They should also be, what the fuck are you doing? Are you joking? Like you say, white people are like hairy and smelly and big nose, and oh, you can't do, that's racist because not all white people are the same.
Yeah, it's a funny. Yeah, when we see like videos joking about maybe like black people, when they go, oh, this is a funny joke. Then we think as a joke. We don't take it seriously. We don't think it's racist. We just haha, it's so funny. It's a funny joke. And
Yeah.
Chinese, oh my God, you're so mean. You're so racist. Oh my God, you're so evil. You're so disgusting.
So I think what's happening is that China is trying to play the race card to remove all, kind of joking about Chinese people, but yeah. But it doesn't really work if you don't use it in a good way. Like if you play that card, you should play it for all people. Like it should be equal. Like you should have the same standards for everybody. So it's kind of like, yeah, like kind of like Chinese people like grab something, grab a candy, grab like a quick easy candy, and then like doesn't really understand how the candy works or whatever. It's very tempting. Oh yeah, we can play the race card and no one can be racist against us ever again. Fuck you! But when you saw this, that's why I wanted you to watch this. Like, yeah, did you get angry?
So I was not angry about
At the first.
Yeah, it's fine.
But then you got angry.
Still I'm not angry about it.
But almost you got angry, right? So it's kind of like maybe when all Chinese people watch this video, like most people, they're not angry, but then they hear about other Chinese people being angry about this, and then they also become angry because they want to join the angry train.
No. I was angry because the Instagram chat.
But if it looked like Italy person said, "Oh, Chinese people are poop, they are crap," like that really sounds like fake comments, because it's really easy to do fake comments now in social media. They even have software and programs for doing that. So, for example, I or anybody else could write in PewDiePie's name. Like I could write a comment, and this looks like it was PewDiePie writing it.
Okay,
But,
so actually, it was because the kind of the Instagram chat made all of us angry. It made this.
yeah, can I see the Instagram chat?
I guess maybe I can but yeah, very soon the person will tell, oh, I was the person stolen. It was not me wrote that chat. Then we checked it out. Oh, it's so ridiculous. How could like the photo of your Instagram chat was stolen? And then you are just denying.
Well, I had a picture here. If you do you look at the stream, I have the chat, like supposedly, right? If this is true, here we have The Verge. You know, that's a yeah. I know about that. Okay, our racist Instagram exchanges have gone viral in China, despite the platform being blocked. Ah, Instagram is blocked in China.
Yeah, it is blocked.
Well, if this chat is true, this is like a pretty bad actually.
Yeah, it is. That's what makes me angry.
But I'm not sure if this is true. Like this thing I can't get angry with because it needs to get confirmed, right? This could be very fake.
In the company's official reply, they said, "Oh, our account got stolen. It's not me."
So this needs to get confirmed, but I think like this commercial is not racist, because racist is something that like I think it doesn't really exist anymore. Like, and even racist people, I don't really think they actually believe it when they like, if they really think about it, right? But yeah, maybe there's some crazy people actually believe it, because like people being funny, people doing stupid stuff, that's just people, right? That's not racist. Like all people in the world do stupid stuff. Like people, Swedish people do mistake, Danish people do mistake, American people do mistake, and like being goofy and stuff like that. And yeah, like if they would have a video where they have like one white person and one Chinese person, and then they do a bunch of stuff. I mean, they do some sports, they do some eating food, and like at everything they do, the white person is always better. And like for no reason, he's just better at doing everything. Like the white person is better at eating Chinese food. The white person is better at eating Western food, and like better at everything. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of like, oh yeah, what you're trying to tell us? Like the white person is always better, even though there's no reason for it. That would be kind of racist, right? But if you have one person, like no matter the nationality, and that person is being goofy, that's not like, for me, that's not racism. Racism for me is when you're like when you're quite, you know, like a direct message, when you tell, oh yeah, I think this people is worse than this people. Yeah, that's racism. Because it's such a serious accusation, so it can't be like, oh, if I look at this video in this angle, in this way, then maybe you could perceive it as being racism. Yeah, like for me, no, that's not how it works, because then you can see everything as racist. So for me, it has to be very clear. Like it can't be like, oh yeah, maybe if I look at that this way, no. Because then the world won't function. Like then everyone will be angry at everyone. If you always think the worst about somebody, then like yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I think the company's intention to make that video was not really at all. And just they tried to be funny, and they think the people will like it because it's funny, but yeah, somehow like some people started this opinion on the video and label it as racist, and then post it on social media. And yeah, you know, we Chinese, we like to follow others. We like to just join the mainstream and follow the mainstream. Just, it's a racist, and then that can make the Italian company go so angry. I still play them. How do you see this video racist?
Let's see, did they really write those stuff about China? Let's see here. Oh, they claim that their account got hacked.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of, yeah.
a bad excuse.
Well, the thing is, it could have happened because people are hacking all the time. So for me, like, yeah, it's difficult. Okay, so for me, because of this thing, like, it's so easy to make fake messages. It's so easy to hack. It happens all the time. Like all those things are so easy. So that's why you can't trust these messages. You can't trust. You know, whatever's written on Instagram and what you see on YouTube. So I think you should, yeah. So what you can trust is like if the company maybe goes out, they have a news reportage, or like they talk to the people, right? Maybe they have a video where they you know, explain the situation. I think that's what you have to trust. Unfortunately, but that is what you have to trust. So if they say, oh, we didn't write this, like we're sorry this happened, like it was not our intention, I think that's what you have to trust. That's what you have to follow, kind of. Maybe because of all this fake news, right? It's so much fake news. So if like so, yeah. Because if you always have if you have the like the mindset, you should get angry and never trust their excuses and their explanations, then you're always going to be angry because it's so easy to make this fake news. And then eventually everyone is going to tell bad stuff about everyone because it's going to be fake news and so on. So I guess kind of you just have to trust when the companies say that yeah, we got hacked, and this is not what we believe in. This is not our statement. This is not.
It is just it's so such a coincidence because both of their accounts got hacked, and it's
Well, for me, like someone else, like it's not up to me to like experts need to investigate this. Like someone that has the software, the hardware to like investigate. Was this hacked? Was this fake? Or was this real? Like, and that's the normal people can't do that. I think you need some quite advanced equipment to do that, but you can do it. I think there is methods for doing that because I saw like a documentary about it before.
so. Was this a big news in Europe?
And this, I don't know. I don't watch news. For me, watching news is kind of unnecessary. If I need something, I Google it. Like I don't watch news. I think watching news is dangerous. It's just spreading hate, spreading misinformation, spreading agendas. Like just like this, right? This is just a clusterfuck. He's making people angry, destroying relationships.
Totally.
Because the one thing that makes me suspicious, the English in these messages is very bad. Like the grammar, the English is far beyond what I would expect from my Italian businessman, Italian famous guy that probably do a lot of talking in English, with customers from all over the world. So this when I read this could totally be like a Chinese person that doesn't know very good English that wrote these messages. But that this is like, it's not impossible that you have this bad English, but it's very bad, it's a very bad grammar and also very childish, like laughing like a child, like saying childish things. This is not what I would expect a grown-up person say. So this totally looks like a teenager with a bad English skills that hacked this account and wrote this stuff.
But no, it's just that company, like the relationship between that company and China is totally over. It's so over. Like the way both got angry with each other.
No. I just want to know what happened. Like some people or some company with the right tools, like Instagram themselves, they could see if they got hacked, because they can see where did the last user log in, like from from which IP address, and how did he log in? Like, did he like try many passwords, or was it something, you know, shady going on? And maybe compare old messages with new messages and see is the English different, or, you know, and so on. So the company could investigate this, but I don't know if they have done it. Yes, I guess we don't know if it was hacked or not, because they claim it was hacked. You know, some people I guess believe it, some people don't believe it, but yeah, I guess the Instagram, they have to investigate this. Like, yeah, I don't think you should write that. Yeah, the Chinese people eat dogs and stuff like that, because not everyone do it. But also, so you can put it in a nicer way. But the thing is, it's not really a lie, because many more dogs is being eaten in China than in Sweden, for example. And I know most Chinese people don't eat dog because it's very expensive. But people that have a lot of money that can afford it, they buy dogs sometimes. And you know, it happens, right? I think a lot of Chinese people are against it, but also there are some Chinese people that are not against it, right? So saying Chinese people eat dogs is kind of like, it's a simplification. It's very simple, but also it's not a lie. It's not untrue. But yeah, like you can put it in a nicer way, I guess. But I don't like people like this that like make it too easy. Like just they said that Chinese people eat dogs, then they are racist. No, that just makes them correct. Yeah, they eat dog, but maybe don't say but they can say it in a better way, right? Not say Chinese people eat dogs. No, maybe like in some areas in China, especially the southern China, it's somewhat common, more common than in northern China that dogs are eaten. But lately, like in the last maybe 10 or 20 years, eating dogs is less and less common. And actually, I think in Beijing, they forbid the dog eating festival. I think it was last year. So 1 or 2 years ago, they forbid the dog eating festival in China. But that's quite recently, right? All the years before that, they had dog eating festival in Beijing even. And I think in southern China, they might still have that dog eating festival every year. Because it was in Beijing, they cancelled it. And I don't think southern China cancelled it. Not that I know, anyways. So like, also people, okay, you can't see, people like this is kind of stupid.
Culture. I mean, I don't know a whole lot, but
Both
people
are
don't
stupid.
fuck with you. They don't
Okay?
fuck with you.
He's stupid because he's making it too simple and saying the other people are lying, and the other people, they are also making a bit stupid because, like, you know, some, yeah.
You. So. Stefana Nitya Nuren Tao Ni Ma Tao Ni Zu Zong Shiba Dai. That's all the Chinese curse words I know. Let's continue to Bagua for those of you who speak a little bit of Mandarin. So after these big posts on WeChat and Weibo got literally everywhere, a lot of the celebrities started to drop out of this Dolce & Gabbana show. They were like, bye bitch, like we're out. As they should be. And then essentially a lot of the magazine editors and popular social media stars.
Me, whatever.
Get wounded and you go down on the ground and your guys just sitting there going, ah!
What happened to Battlefield? So you're playing on 8 maps, 6 maps, more like 3 maps, and you know I really like what is it, Rotterdam? The airfield one.
Aerodrome.
Aerodome. I'm sorry, not Rotterdam.
Aerodrome.
Aerodrome. I don't like Rotterdam. That's the one that I'm like,
The
nah,
city,
I'm
yeah.
tired.
That was
I'm
in the
tired.
beta.
Yeah, tired of that one. And you never fucking get the airfield one. Grand Operations, which was a standout moment in Battlefield 1, is somehow worse.
Yep.
It's not as cool as Operations in Battlefield 1. How did it get worse? You play the first one, then you play the second one, and then you still play the third one, even though, let's say the enemy team wins the first two. You still play the third for no fucking reason.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like an operation. It just feels like a strung together few different maps and modes. It's not what it used to be, and I wanted an evolution of it, and somehow they went backwards. And you don't play Last Stand. I haven't played Last Stand. I probably put 40 hours into this game, probably more
than me. Yeah.
And I have not played Last Stand. They have to win, then you have to win, then you have to somehow tie in the third one. I don't know. The numbers have to be incredibly low. It has to be like 5% or something. And if even that, I have not played Last Stand. And supposedly, it's really fucking good, guys. Just wait.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. No, it actually is coming soon. I think they're separating that mode.
It's coming soon. All right.
Coming soon.
But I don't know, like, maybe the grand operations feel different because in Battlefield 1, it felt like when you failed the first day of attacking, you regrouped and you sent a
stronger attack wave to attack the same objective. Like, it was like a wave of guys. But in this one, it's like everybody's just running around, like, instantly killing each other. Spawn dead, spawn dead, spawn dead. Yeah, the matches end in like 10 minutes sometimes, and you're like, that was the battle.
It's asymmetric, and sometimes asymmetric gameplay can feel bad. Like when you're in airdropping, the new thing is you can airdrop. Well, on that map, the Aerodrome map, where you get to it by the third map. The first map is terrible because the planes spawn in immediate, they blow up, 10 of us fucking die
In the first few seconds. Bail out. Oh, we all died. Every one of us died. That guy got 10 kills off of that. Look at his kill death. His tab. He killed 10 people.
How?
We all jumped out at the same time, and his flak hit us perfectly, and it killed everyone.
That's hardcore. Shit, man.
That's awesome.
Like, I would be like, yeah! But it feels like
because you don't jump one at a time in this game. You spawn everyone's on the doorway. The map, the second part of that, where they can bomb our spawn 3 seconds after the game starts.
That's cool, man.
Oh, there goes the tanks immediately. They just blew up all our tanks the moment we spawned.
What the kind of game is that? Why would that be allowed?
Because the fucking DICE doesn't know what they're doing.
What the fuck happened?
They're able to bomb our spawn the minute the game starts.
Is that because we lost the first round? And if not,
no,
then
I think it's
fuck
just,
that.
It's just horrible spawning, yeah. But we lost 2 of our tanks in the first 2 seconds the round started.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that just ruins and shortens the game, because it's like, oh, all your tanks are gone, you lost 15 guys.
Oh, when you get aerial, when you get fucking
2
bombarded,
seconds into the
right
match.
there. Like, there's no fucking semblance of map design here. There has to be, because
What are you doing?
Several map designers, because I really like that open one with the fields and shit. I forget what that one is called. I love that one. And that one almost saves the game. But you can't have 1 or 2 maps that you like in the game. The bridge, Twisted Steel, and then there's another one that you're going back and forth in the city
with the flower fields.
With the flower fields. Those 2 are really fucking cool. I should have looked up those names, guys. But you know what? If EA could barely fucking care about Battlefield at this point, I barely fucking care about reviewing this shit. Because it's just, me and Joe had an amazing amount of fun on the Aerodrome map. Like, it felt like a real fucking war. The buildings were getting shattered. We were under assault because it was like 1 point. We only had 1 point, and everybody was coming in on us. And it was amazing. Oh, this is intense. Fucking sweet. Oh shit, we can't fucking lose. I know. No, get on it. Get on it with everything we got. I'm thinking 30 minutes is okay, but 40 minutes, give me a fucking break.